Walk! Walk! You ready to fall? Good boy. Walk, bud. You gotta walk, buddy. Walk, buddy. Good boy. Walk. You can't sit. Walk.
Seeing this kind of opportunity for local businesses is a great thing for the city. I was surprised that the trend.
Reese. Snickers,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Eugene, come here.
Taking a transfer.
Puppy, what are you barking for? What you saying?
If you're watching us on the Facebook or YouTube, give a quick like and share for our feed. It does help the show. We greatly appreciate it. We'll be starting in just a few moments.
Buddy. Buddy.
do?
What should I do?
What should I do?
What should I do?
What are my rights?
What are my rights?
What are my rights?
A legal course of action.
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 Good. Is it? No, it's
Oh, she's
evening.
gonna come back. Oh, hi.
Would 6 p.m. be considered evening or afternoon?
Evening.
Evening. Okay, so
I feel like afternoon ends at 4 and evening begins at 5.
I would still think that 5 o'clock would still fall under the category of late afternoon.
I said
early
what I
evening.
said.
Yeah, I don't know.
How do you feel about that, Joey?
That's pushing it. I would consider it evening, I think.
All right. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a new episode of Legal Morse of Action. My name is Patricio, and tonight, as always, I am joined by Attorney Morse. How you doing tonight?
So good. I've had a crazy week.
And we have someone sitting down with us tonight who last time he was on the show was our law clerk.
And now he's an attorney.
Welcome, Attorney Flores. How you doing tonight?
Good. Thank you. Also a crazy week, as Erin said.
Yeah.
We're here, though.
Well, no, you, sir, had an amazing week last week.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
A lot of wins.
A lot of W's lately.
Yeah.
I will say. So, 2 weeks ago, bar results passed.
No, it's a shock to no one.
Well, I appreciate that. So, and then a week after, engaged. And now
you were just like nonstop last week.
Yeah, this week though, nothing. We're keeping it good. No surprises, no more.
And she said yes.
She said yes.
So
Yeah,
that's another.
that's exciting.
Also not shocking because obviously.
No, I remember that Kyle and I were at where was it? We were at Ember with Marcos, and I was looking at my phone. I'm like, wait a second, it's 7 o'clock. He said he was going to pop the question now. And then, like, where are the results? Where are the updates? We want to know.
Yeah. No, I definitely supposed to be at 7. Didn't happen till like 8:30. I want to say.
How did it what was going through your head leading up to that moment?
I was just nervous because I was just thinking about how she would feel. Like it's more her moment. Like it's like her moment too. So I just wanted to make sure because it's such a theatrical moment. I don't know how to say it. Like it was just the nerves of it.
So you were more in fear for her, or like a concern for her?
I was in fear that I wasn't doing a good enough job for her. I would say
to make it magical.
Yeah,
to make it be that moment that she gets to tell the story about.
Yeah, I want it to be the story. That story she could tell other people. So that was
forever.
my biggest.
She's gonna tell that forever.
Yeah, that was my biggest nerve. But I will say, having bar results come out the week before, I was so nervous then too that like the nerves, I kind of am handling my nerves way better, I think.
It was so great in trial.
Yeah, it just like it helps so much. So yeah.
That's awesome.
But like in regards to like how you popped the question, like how did all that
how did all that happen?
Yeah.
So we went to originally, I was going to do floating lanterns out in the park. I live like in Baldwin Park, so there's a bunch of open space. So I was just gonna. She likes the movie Tangled, so I was like, okay, they have like She likes the floating lantern scene, so I was gonna have our families in the background release them. And then
did that happen?
No.
So that was so cool.
Because I went to the park that I was planning to do it on Tuesday night because there's a park with like a fountain. And it was like really pretty, and usually it's lit up at night. So I went to make sure to find the spots and I even brought like tape because I figured if I mark it, I didn't think anyone would remove it. And there's a bunch of kids playing hide and go seek, and the fountain was off and everything. And I found out it was because since it's Thanksgiving week, there's no school, so the city shut down the lights and all that.
Oh.
And like turned off the park for the week because they didn't want kids like just hanging out in the fountain.
Kids hang out at fountains?
I guess it's like a new thing. I guess, the cocoa hit some people and they're like, all right, everything's closed. So
fountains it is.
So yeah, so that got shut down. So then I had to go to my plan B, which was just really redecorating my apartment completely and putting like streamers and lights and roses everywhere and all that. So I came to work, and then I was at work. My family at home was like redecorating the place and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Took her to dinner to buy some more time. And then we came back to the apartment, and I had like music playing and a photographer.
So who was your like right-hand man to help organize all this? Because like there had to be like someone on the inside making sure everything was on point, good to go.
My mom.
Okay.
I would say my mom was probably the one that helped me the most. And her mom helped me out a lot too. So
That must have made them both so happy.
yeah. And the big thing was
As a mom, I would love that.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yes,
yeah.
I'll reserve the spot. What do you need?
And they were all there. Like both of our families were there. So they got to all celebrate. I bought like on the way when I was leaving work to go to the apartment before, just to see how it was looking. I bought like a bottle of champagne, a couple bottles like champagne, and we just had like a little party together after. And then had to kick everyone out because Thanksgiving's the next morning.
Yeah.
So you're like, all right, we gotta like now clean this up and get it ready for tomorrow. So, but I wanted to make sure I was able to at least propose before Thanksgiving. So it was like our first holiday engaged.
Yeah. And you got to tell your family at the holiday.
And the ring wouldn't be a gift.
It's great advice. I don't know who gave it to you, but it was real good. So I think that it's also worth you. I think it's also worth you told me a detail that I loved, that you reached out to her mom and had her mom take her to like have a spa day and get her nails done.
Yeah.
So that's like romantic
nice.
advice that I would
Very
give to
nice.
every man, is somehow find a way to have her nails done when she
Oh,
She can put the pictures.
okay.
so the pictures right away. She
Yeah.
has fabulous nails, right?
That is really good advice.
Yeah.
I told her to go have a spa day. Her mom's a teacher, so she had the week off. So
Yeah.
I said like, hey, just like, guys go, you need a date, girls' day or something.
Yeah.
And do girl
It was on a
things.
Wednesday, so it wasn't that suspicious,
Yeah.
No, my mind would have been like in those shoes. I'm like, why? Like I've always been one to question like why things are happening at a certain
Yeah.
at a
So
certain time.
so she can take that picture immediately with the ring. 'Cause that's important.
And I try to play it off to like tell her mom like so that they could say they're doing their nails for Thanksgiving.
Mm.
So they could take like holiday pictures with good nails, not an engagement.
Right.
So I tried as much. She said she was suspicious.
Right.
And I mean, like everyone's always when you get to that point, you talk about it and stuff like that. So she kind of saw it coming, but by it being at the house too, that really confused her because she thought if I was going to do it, I would veer off on the way home somewhere and do it. So I tried.
You did good. You did good. I'm
tried.
sure she's really happy.
We were, I think, 6 or 7 sangrias deep when we finally saw the text message. Like, she said yes.
I know, we all cheered. I remember going upstairs and telling Sam, she said yes, Joey, yes. We were all cheering you on, from a distance.
But no, like I said, you had a really big week, and congratulations on everything. It's well deserved, and we're excited to see what's going to happen next in the world of Attorney Flores.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's fun
I
and
really
exciting. It's exciting to watch.
I still can't believe that it's only been a week since Thanksgiving.
This past month, I've been like,
So, Erin, how about you? How was your Thanksgiving? How was the holiday with the family?
it was good. You came over. You
I did.
saw. Did you see my beautiful kitchen? I have a new kitchen because we remodeled.
It is amazing. And
I love my kitchen. I have navy blue cabinets, and I'm obsessed.
those cabinets. Well, not the cabinets. The kitchen almost killed Sam.
Yep. The bathroom, because that's what he was making a vanity for, was the master bathroom.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. But yeah, that birchwood got him.
But I will say this: I'd poked fun at my entire Thanksgiving because your Thanksgiving was amazing. It was literally like ripped out of a Hallmark channel.
It was near a Hallmark movie.
And I ended up going to 3 other Thanksgivings after yours because my dumbass said, "Yeah, I'll show up. Yeah, I'll show up." And I had the same bottle of wine that I gave to everyone because I just got them at 7-Eleven on the way there. And how I'd said that I'd gone from a Hallmark channel to an HBO documentary because when I got to my cousin's house or my aunt's house, it was horrible. Everybody was already drunk, tipsy. There was a little bit of yelling in the background. I'm just like, I just want my pumpkin pie and I'm out. But it was.
I know we had. I feel like this year the food was really good.
It was.
We had listen, white people know how to use some seasonings, right?
I will say this was the first year I ever tried a fried turkey.
Oh, we had
that's
fried
the best.
turkey.
Oh my God. And I felt like a little kid again because like I kept going up to the kitchen and just like, I want another piece.
Isn't it that Sam's dad? So Grandpa kept feeding him like he was one of the kids, like a little treat for you. You never had it. He was so happy to do it. It made him so happy that
because the first time I was on your couch and he came at me with the fork and he's like, here, try it. Like he was sneaking it to me.
he's like grandpa extraordinaire. He's
Yeah,
such a
and-
grandpa.
Oh my goodness. I can't go back. Once you're fried, I mean, that's it. I don't care about an oven roast. I don't care about a grilled. I want my turkey fried from here forward. There's no going back.
Yeah. It was really good, and it's the white meat even ends up really moist. So it came out. Well, innuendo there, but
But no,
and you'd never had sweet potato casserole.
My God. So you guys call it sweet potato casserole? I thought it was just sweet mashed potatoes.
Well, because they put the pecan and the granola and the marshmallows on top.
There was marshmallow in there?
Yeah, that's why it was so good.
Oh my God. And I'm still waiting for your sister-in-law to send me that recipe.
Yeah, eventually.
It was delicious. And I want to attempt to make it because it was so good. And
I made mac and cheese for the first time ever. So from scratch, right? Normally.
What do you mean first time ever?
I've never made mac and cheese like from scratch myself.
But I'm sure you've done like the box kind, right?
Of course. Who hasn't, right?
So then what's mac and cheese from scratch?
So
The cheese, like-
I chose the cheeses and I made like a roux. And I boiled the pasta, and then warmed up the pasta in the roux, add the cheese.
Oh.
You got to do it. You add the cheese again, got to go through it, add the cheese again, you got to go through it. So I did it was like a 7-cheese macaroni cheese. Then you put it in the oven with like another layer of cheese on the top and breadcrumbs. I just had never.
No, and it was good. Every piece of food that was made available at your house was delicious. And
Sam made really good garlic mashed potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
He made them. I love when Sam cooks. I know I say this all the time, but something about what he does is like exactly the way I would always choose every like detail of a meal. He always hits it out of the park. I don't know. Maybe we just match that well together. That what he cooks, I'm like, this is exactly how. It's so perfect. It's so good. And I feel like that every time.
But with what about you, Joey? How was your first Thanksgiving with your fiance?
It was good. We hosted it and we cooked. I did turkey from like just roasted it. I love the fried turkey.
I was
It was
like you did the turkey from scratch.
No, I mean kind of. I mean, but I'm trying to think of like anything we did different. It was weird because it was the first time we hosted it, and it's the first Thanksgiving I had in a couple years because when I was in law school, I could never come home for Thanksgiving because it's always this is like finals period.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the first one that I got to actually really just enjoy it and be with the family and stuff. So that was like different. It was good, different. You know, it was just
no stress, no finals.
Yeah,
just eat food.
Mm-hmm. Because usually I get like a Boston Market plate or something on Thanksgiving, or just like one year I got like a turkey sub somewhere. I was like, there's my turkey. And that's it. Like kept studying. That was my Thanksgiving. So it was nice this year just to have like a full meal. My favorite food in the world is stovetop stuffing. I've tried the homemade, stovetop chicken stuffing is the greatest.
Did you try the linguiça stuffing?
The linguiça from your mom is out of this world.
Linguiça stuffing. I'm not stovetop is good. I can't lie.
Stovetop is
it's so easy to make.
Good.
It's so good. I agree. It actually, growing up, it used to be like a side that my mom would make just on a random Wednesday night because it's so quick to make and it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
But my aunt has this recipe for linguiça stuffing.
Okay.
and it just has linguiça sausage in it.
What
And
so it's just sausage. Is linguiça type of sausage?
yeah,
Okay.
linguiça is the type of sausage. It's like chorizo,
Okay.
but less spicy and just slightly different. But God, it's good.
Tiffany Vasquez says yes on the stuffing.
So I also made from scratch for the first time my own cheesecake. Oh, and I made peanut butter caramel.
The peanut butter caramel cheesecake, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Did I try?
Sounds good.
No, I think I tried almost every pie that was there.
Oh, and I also made the apple cranberry pie.
Oh, the
That
one-
was good too.
yeah.
That was good too. But I'm sorry, and I'm sorry for saying it like this. The winner of the best pie of this year's Thanksgiving has to go to Kyle's girlfriend.
What one?
Oh, the pecan.
The pecan pie that she
didn't
made.
try it, yeah.
Oh my god, it was just like an extra level of sweetness, but like not
Mhm.
beyond like diabetic levels.
Yeah.
Like you can enjoy this pecan pie,
It was
and
crazy good.
Did you have to do any special accommodating for cooking?
Yeah, we used dairy-free butter on a lot of things. We used ghee on a lot of things.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
that's lactose-free, but it's still like butter.
Yep.
mhm.
Something still like we had like so for the stuffing, half of it had regular butter, half of it had like the dairy-free butter. So I
Had
Just-
your own.
because I love it so much.
Yeah.
Like I had my own like little like tray of it.
Do you like the turkey sandwich with the what
Stuffing,
and
gravy,
cranberry
and
sauce?
cranberry.
Yeah. Do you like those? I
Mhm.
love that too.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Make a sandwich
Uh-huh.
with all of the fixings. So it's turkey, stuffing, gravy, and cranberry
leftover
sauce.
sandwich.
Oh
It's a
my god,
leftover
I've
sandwich.
never had a leftover sandwich.
And you do it on regular bread. It's so good.
I will say Wawa sells it too.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they make it there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually pretty good.
that actually sounds really.
What kind
really
of
good.
cranberry sauce do you like?
They're different types.
You could make it fresh.
Oh, I don't make. I get the can.
Me too.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was fresh. Like I just can't. There's no other
I
option.
love the canned stuff.
So with now you being engaged and possibly getting married, what, in a year or
Mhm.
so from now, or you guys?
Not possibly. She said yes.
Well, no, like
Yeah.
possibly within a year or so.
Uh-huh.
Okay, or you're right. Wrong word to use. Now that you're like, this is going to be the start of your family. Like, what are like some traditions that you're probably going to start pushing in or starting in a sense?
Friday after Thanksgiving, going to pick out a Christmas tree.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's always just decorating for Christmas the Friday after Thanksgiving. And we were joking about it earlier at lunch. I mean, in Florida, there's nothing more special than driving into that Home Depot parking lot and seeing that Christmas tree tent and just walking in there and picking the tree in the forest that is inside that Home Depot. There is nothing like it.
Because I was telling him in Massachusetts, I'm not saying we did this every single year, but the years that we did get a tree, you know, you could go to a farm that had the actual trees,
Mhm.
point to the tree you wanted, and then they saw it down, and that's what you take home,
Mhm.
which is a cool experience.
Yeah,
Naturally, you can't do that here, so it doesn't feel the same to me.
it's like I'll take that one. Just put just put it on my car and that's it.
Yeah.
There's really I get that. There's no true magic. Just like
Yeah.
going to that.
I have disagreement with that. There is 100% something magical because one, when you see that tent go up when you're driving by Home Depot one day going home and you see them putting up just the tent, it's special.
It's
like
beginning to
when you-
look a lot like Christmas.
Yeah, that's when Bublé's album comes on repeat. That's what happens. As soon as I see the Home Depot tent go up, it's Christmas season.
There's
It
Michael Bublé
They're
looking
just
through it.
coming through, and it begins to look all like Christmas is playing in the background, and then Mariah Carey after.
Yeah.
That's a different story.
I love Michael Bublé, so.
His Christmas album is. Kyle here doesn't like it.
No,
What? We're gonna blast it.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say?
Kyle doesn't like Michael.
Oh, I
Bublé.
know.
Blasphemy.
Well, I mean, I'm not a fan either. I'm really just I don't get why he's so loved. I just don't. That's just me. I'm sorry. I'm weird.
You like bad music.
I
don't you?
do. I love horrible music.
It's, you know, I love Elvis. Even when I was young, I'm talking under, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I loved Elvis.
Mhm.
I know he was not alive, but I wanted to marry Elvis when I was younger. I did. I would listen to all of his songs and dance to them. And I always loved the Beatles and Frank Sinatra.
Okay.
And an old white lady.
No, I feel you. I sometimes think that I was born in the wrong era because I love music from the 70s, like James Taylor, Cat Stevens.
So we still have LSD and, and women's suffrage. Don't worry. It's not that different. I don't want to go back.
But what I'd asked early to Joe, I want to ask you, like, what are some of the traditions that happen in the Morse Orton house during the holidays? So
I have a little bit of a unique situation with my son because, my son's dad passed away. So I don't mean to make this gloomy, and don't let it be gloomy. We're not there, but it's reality. And so the year he passed away for Thanksgiving, my mom took Connor to Thanksgiving because I was like, I'm not up to doing literally anything. I'm like, I don't have it in me. I don't know what holiday spirit looks like. You can take him to Massachusetts, spend time with family. I'll be fine. Okay. And I got McDonald's. I took a bubble bath and went to bed. And that was okay. Because you know what? I lived in the moment, and it was what it was. But I pretended like it wasn't Thanksgiving. So, and then for Christmas, I decided to just take my family on a cruise. So we went on a cruise over Christmas that year because it would have been my first Christmas without my husband. So I was like, I'm just going to pretend like this is also not a holiday. I'm not getting a tree. I'm not decorating. I did get some gifts for Connor that we brought on the boat. So when he woke up in the morning,
he would have them.
Yeah, he had like this little Christmas tree shapes of presents. And he got some presents. And Santa was on the boat, so we got to see that. And we still celebrated in some ways, but it wasn't like I didn't have the opportunity to feel that like huge void of the holidays, right?
And there's a lot of pressure that comes from the holidays themselves with, how would I say, like pleasing everyone in a sense? Yeah. Because the gift giving, the parties, what else is like one of those pressure driving things during the holidays that just gets to you?
Go be everywhere and don't forget anybody, right?
Yeah.
Why host? That's why I've taken a new rule. I'm just gonna host it, and if you come, you come, and if not, I can't make it because I'm hosting my own.
Right.
That's
now we have the bigger house, right? So our family loves it when we host, and I'm fortunate. You saw my mom.
Oh yeah.
My mom is completely amazing, and she buzzes around to clean and is always super helpful. And it's a lot easier for her when it's somewhere else because she can kind of limit how much she does. She will, kind of overdo it, or it puts pressure on her or whatever. And I don't want her to have that pressure.
No, your mom is awesome.
She's amazing.
She won November.
MVP. Someone gets an MVP every month in the office. So, that was helpful. So that particular year I was like, I'm doing traditions for no one. I was like, I take care of no one this year. I was like, I do for no one other than my son. And I didn't buy gifts. I didn't send shit to people. I was like, I don't have the capacity. And frankly, I don't give a shit. That's like really how I felt that year. I was like, I don't care. This was hard. The fact that I'm fucking upright, you're fucking welcome. Okay. That's enough. I'm going on a cruise. Leave me alone. I was in Mexico on Christmas on a beach. So that
nice.
So it was a good way to ignore the void of Christmas. We didn't get back home until the 28th, 29th. And it was I just got to fast forward through that with a nice little event. So then the following year I had met my now husband. And we had been married 1 month because we had met not long after I came back, January.
Oh, okay.
Late January.
Yeah.
So, and we had been dating, and we got married fairly quickly. I have something in my mind was you're not going to move in. His lease was up, and I was like, you're not going to move in and have Connor being like, oh, my mom's boyfriend. I don't know, that rubbed me the wrong way, and you're going to move in and you're willing to do this, like, let's be a permanent fixture. Like, you don't really get access to my son without having some permanency in our lives. And no offense, it's easy.
No.
It's easy to do this, and I can fucking undo one of these.
We actually had someone in the comments as Joey was saying his story. Do a prenup, please.
Yeah, I mean, that's advice from your friendly family law lawyer, so it's good advice. So but it's a personal decision, and everybody has to make the decision that works for them, right? Everybody's family is unique. So that Christmas, I still wasn't ready to like travel back home to Massachusetts. It just felt too soon to me. I know it's whatever. Everybody has their own timeline. That was mine. And I don't care. Don't tell me what to do.
It's fine.
It's fine. This is fine. So I wasn't ready to go back home and spend Christmas because it still would have felt like that clear void.
Yeah.
So we ended up spending Christmas with his family, which was great. They're awesome. And so I guess this year is probably going to be the year that we start making some traditions.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think I get to, because
Home Depot.
Yeah. Connor is on the fence about I haven't done a tree yet. And Connor's on the fence about if he wants a real tree or a fake tree.
Okay.
Because he had a little bit of a environmental conundrum himself, because he said, well, if we have a real tree, does that mean they have to cut it down out of the forest? And he had learned about like deforestation and global warming and why you should recycle. And I said, well, yeah, that's what happens. He was like, well, what if we get a fake tree? I'm like, well, then that's not one that got cut down. And he's like, okay. He was like, well, what happens after the tree? I'm like, well, the tree dies and we have to, put it to the side of the road.
Yeah.
So I told him, and then I said, the other side of this coin is that at some point this tree will become something that we dispose of, right? They don't last forever. And it likely will be made of plastic or materials that aren't necessarily recyclable. Mm-hmm. So at some point that will end up in a landfill. So there's your kind of balancing, like, do you want to put something that's natural and will break down? Or do you want something that will eventually end up in a landfill that probably will never break down?
Yeah.
So he goes, well, if we use the tree for a long time, don't you think that will be like less trees that get cut down? Yes.
I have a proposal to what you're saying, because in regards to like these whole traditions, I've had one that I've done for about maybe 6-7 years now, where I got exposed to having a real tree 6-7 years ago, and I loved it. I love the smell of
it's a game changer.
Huh?
It's a game changer.
It really is. I love walking into the house and the fresh smell of pine in the house is like it's amazing. It's like someone just mopped the house, even though it looked like crap at that time. But when Hispanics tend to leave the tree up way after the holiday season, going sometimes into late January, and if you're really, really Hispanic, sometimes it stays up till February. So
it's your Valentine's Day tree.
So that happened with us when I was with my ex Gina, because we both worked 9-to-5 jobs, and then we'd come home, we'd take care of the kids, we'd be cooking, and there was like no downtime to like, oh, let's take down the tree, let's do this and that. And then finally one day I kind of looked at the tree, I'm like, it's getting brown, like it's gotta go. Like, you know what? Let me just put everything in the box. And I took off the lights, took off the ornaments, put everything in just one box, and I put it away. And I looked at the tree. I'm like, this thing's drying up. I don't want to like that whole idea of like putting it out to the curve. I got an idea. So I took the tree, went outside, took the chainsaw, and just cut it up into pieces. That evening, we burned the tree.
Okay.
And that was our way of saying the holidays are over. So the tradition became, enjoy the tree the entire holiday season, chop it up once it starts to dry out, boom, the holidays are over.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm going to talk to him more about it probably this weekend, and we'll get our tree handled.
I'm just saying.
I think I really do. I think it's 6 in one, half a dozen in the other. I really think it's
I just like the process of it.
The process.
But like I said, it's a Home Depot. But I know you're used to like going to. I can imagine how exciting.
Yeah, it's cold, and you get cocoa, and you wear your scarves and gloves.
It's been, what, high 70s here? I mean, Come on.
I love how people here in Florida react to 70-degree weather or like the high 60s when they're coming out with the those fuzzy boots. What, Uggs? Is that
Uggs, yeah.
Uggs, the scarves.
I had Uggs.
The jackets.
I will give something every Floridian does too. When it's really cold, everyone for some reason has a cup of Starbucks or like Dunkin', like a hot coffee in their hand. I feel like, I feel like they just need to
so
show
good for
off.
coffee shops.
Yeah, like they just feel like they need to like show it off. They got the ski full suit. I mean, all three of us have lived in the cold before.
Yeah.
So like for us, it's nothing. Like this
Yeah.
week, when it's been really cold. I mean, it's all right. It's a little chilly, but
It's been
nothing.
refreshing to
It's
actually
been
wear a jacket.
it
and
feels
not
like a
sweat.
It
season.
is Jersey weather,
Yeah.
not sweater weather.
Yeah.
Jersey weather.
It feels like early fall.
But that doesn't
Not
rhyme. Sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
All right, I think we should answer some questions. I see us having a little bit of a blow up here.
Yeah, we got a question right here from Marcella. Hi, Erin. I was able to bring down my child support from it covers your face. Support from 981 to 349 met guidelines. Father is pissed, and now he is trying for Department of Child Support Services to include property taxes, mortgage interest, plus derivative benefits I receive for kids from SDI, father's disability. How does he have a chance to get those two items included in the calculations?
Social Security disability, if they are his father's, they are your children's fathers, like on his behalf, that's why they receive it. Potentially. But property taxes, mortgage interest, derivative benefits aren't going to be enough that they adjust your income. Further, it's likely that when analyzing your income, they used your taxes. That's where this property taxes, mortgage interest, derivative benefits would have existed on your taxes. Further, there needs to be a substantial and unanticipated change in circumstances as to why the change is needed. Not, oh my God, I forgot Social Security, right? I forgot is not a reason. And there's actually a constitutional analysis to that, right? That you can't come back and it's known as res judicata, right? You never have to use that phrase ever again. I just like to say it because it makes me feel important. But
that word just sounds dangerous.
res judicata, raw. But that's really what it is. And what it means is that you don't get a second bite at the apple because I forgot or I didn't think about it or I didn't, whatever. So if those things all existed at the time of the original order, what my suggestion to you is to raise that this isn't new, that this is existed at the time of the last court order, and that he doesn't have the legal authority to make adjustments on this basis. He should have done it at that time. Also, if you hire me, I'll make that beautiful argument for you.
While you were giving the answer to the question right there, I'm looking at you and you remind me of Wilson from Home Improvement.
Hey, neighbor.
But it's tough. I'm sure it's tough during the holidays, and I think I want to ask you: is it tougher? Is this like the tougher season for family law than any other season during the year?
July's pretty rough.
July is rough. We had spring is rough
because going back to school.
Well, nothing really is going on in the spring, right? You don't have holidays, you don't have return to school, so people are like, "All right, now's the time. New year, new me." That's the time. It's it's busy. A lot of times we have last minute holiday emergencies, and again, if they're last minute, I don't. Your lack of planning is not my emergency. So sometimes there's not a whole lot that I can do. I can't get into the court, quicker because you deem it emergency, right?
Yeah.
You deem it emergent. Now, some judges are kind about that and they're smart enough to carve out and make unavailable certain time for emergent or expedited hearings for holidays, but there's no guarantee that a judge is smart and kind with family law enough. We have a couple of judges that are on the bench now that do it. They keep it blocked off, And when someone asks for expedited hearing time, they're like, got you. Come on in. I love it. I know who those judges are.
So is this where it refers to like the cattle call? What they do? Or
No, not necessarily cattle call. It doesn't happen in that county. You're too kind. It happens here in Orange County. There are some judges that do it and some judges that don't. And there's also no guarantee that it will continue to be available or that other people didn't scrap up that time because we know who they are. So Her Majesty, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, PR. She does. I love it. I'm like, you're so brilliant. She's like, I know these emergencies come up and that I need to make sure that I reserve some availability.
And today you actually were in person for your hearing.
Yes.
How did that go? Well, not the result, but like being back.
The result. I am not unhappy with the result that happened. I really am not. Because she made a unique exception, but it actually gave our client more than I could have asked for in a way that I couldn't have asked for it. Right? I don't actually have the legal authority to do it. But the judge thought it's what's best for these children, and she made an extension on things that I like it.
Nice.
So I think it was in person because of the type of hearing it was, and I missed being in my office and handling it on a screen. I find that virtual hearings are so much better.
Mm-hmm.
It is better service to the client.
Much more efficient.
Way more efficient.
Gives me a lot more availability, because it was a cattle call style hearing and this particular county does this. We were there for 4.5 hours.
You guys were gone for quite a while.
We had no choice. You have to wait until they call you.
Damn.
They call everybody for the same time, beginning in the morning, and 10 hearings were on this day.
And that took 4 hours?
Us waiting.
Jesus. Get your shit together, court system.
These type of hearings require an hour.
Nah.
Or more.
Okay.
Okay? It's an injunction. Right? You need an hour or more. So when you want to call up, between 6 and 10 of them, there's no way to know if some of them will go 30 minutes or an hour or not.
Yeah.
There's just no way to know for them.
And I'm sure like when the parties are pro se, they're just going to be blabbing on as long as they can.
Even when they have an attorney, as we saw. So we had that was a little.
Yeah.
So
but I do have some questions for you tonight.
Okay.
And I do have a story that I want to get your reaction to for Erin Reacts, but I'm sure we can get through these pretty quick. The first one is, can I remove a witness from my marriage certificate? One of the witnesses is no longer in my life and has been causing big problems for me and my husband.
No.
So that whenever you have a witness to that document, that's it.
All the person that name doesn't matter that much. All that person did was they can say, I know these people. I saw them sign it. I know it feels emotional, but it's an unnecessary thing.
Yeah.
They're basically making a mountain out of a molehill.
If your feelings are hurt by it, get a copy for yourself. Black it out yourself.
That's what I was gonna say. Put
Right.
tape over or something.
Yeah,
just
washi
light it.
tape, right?
Yeah.
Cut it out, burn it. No. It's not necessary, right? Also, in divorces, I don't file the marriage certificate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no.
So there's no need for that.
Nope.
Oh, nice. Good to know. So yeah, so sorry you're screwed. Deal with it. Move on with your life.
Should have made a better friend decision.
Exactly. I think I'm gonna have like my hometown brother be my witness when it comes to that, or just whoever's within like 5 feet away. I'm like, hey, sign this real quick. I'm getting married.
Yeah, it's fine.
So this one right here. How do I get power of attorney for my father with Alzheimer's if he is a resident of a state he is not currently living in? Ooh.
Call a lawyer. Have the lawyer complete the paperwork. He's going to need to have a moment of clarity, or you're going to need to, what's the phrase I'm looking for when you have to adjudicate someone?
Be incapacitated?
No, he's not incapacitated. It's an area of law we don't usually practice. It's not dependency, guardianship.
Guardianship.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So you might need some type of guardianship. on this situation. That's not usually an area of law that we practice because I like fighting parents and spouses. That's just my specialty. But it's going to be some guardianship type paperwork or something, because if he has Alzheimer's and he's confused, you'd have to make sure he was having a moment of clarity. And again, it could be challenged.
Oh yeah. No, I was witness to a signing of a estate packet a few years ago, and we were asked by the family, "Hey, could you come to the hospital to sign, to execute?" And we're like, "It's a bit out of the ordinary, but it's no problem. We'll go out there." So the attorney, myself, and another one of the legal assistants went out, and we were in the hospital, and we have all the paperwork. We have the whole family. I think all his daughters were there for the signing of this of the last will and testament. But then we started asking him the questions, like, "Can you tell me what day it is? Are you being forced?" And he looked at us like we were speaking a different language. He wasn't in the right state of mind. He wasn't comprehending what we were trying to tell him.
Yep.
And we were like, the attorney was like, "I can't do this. Ethically, I cannot have him execute this document because he's not in the right state of mind." And he looked to the daughters and basically saying that again. And then everyone just lost their shit. So we kind of walked out of there thinking oh, they probably just want to start, getting everything in motion. But the way they acted when that news was given to them, it's like, well, you really wanted to have access to whatever you were about to have power to. But unfortunately, people do take advantage of those situations, and it sucks. Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
My thing keeps going off. Okay. We got two more questions, and then I do have a funny story that I do want to share with you. The next one is, can an offset child support payment be intercepted in Georgia if the NCP contests the debt after receiving the pre-offset notice?
What? Can a child support payment be intercepted in Georgia? What is NCP?
I don't know.
Is it? I'm thinking Georgia, North Carolina.
North
No,
Carolina.
I don't.
Paternity?
NCP. I'm sorry. We would have to get more clarity on this one. I apologize. We can't answer the question if we don't know what NCP is. And, hopefully GA does stand for Georgia or general admission. We're sorry.
Yeah. So I'm not licensed in Georgia. So I have no idea. But I do know that.
Give us some random facts.
Random fact moment. I do know that your tax return can be intercepted if you have arrearages or back child support. No, even if that tax return is with your spouse, your new spouse, and for child's tax credits of other children.
I've had multiple friends call me.
You can't do that. They can,
yes,
and they did.
Yes, they can. And it sucks. It really does. But at the same time, it's like, bro, how can you fall behind on child support?
Yeah.
If you were there, would you not be paying to take care of your kid? I'm sorry. I get very, very sentiment about that because my dad wasn't there. So be there for your freaking kids. Damn it.
True that.
Can a step parent adopt with a domestic violence on record?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So don't be scared.
Yes, especially if there's it's an uncontested adoption. The question is, now I want to ask, should he adopt if domestic violence is in his history?
Ooh.
I would like the other parent to take a serious introspective look upon that. But if maybe it was something like it was to gain an advantage in a divorce, which happens all the time.
Yeah.
That's the legal advice I got from the security officer.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Wait, what?
Don't get me started. Now.
Okay.
Don't do it.
I was really mad. I was like, stop giving me legal advice. You can't do this. I had a security officer. I wanted tapes from recording. And he goes, well, judges won't consider that in an injunction. And I said, well, it would go to show that the person claiming the domestic violence isn't afraid of the person if she interacted with him in the courthouse voluntarily. Walks by him, tries to talk to him, he pulls away, doesn't respond, but she continues and then cackles, right? So I was like, that would go to show that she's not afraid. So the allegations that she's pleading them don't meet she can't meet her burden. And he was like, well, I don't, judges don't typically. I'm like, I'm an attorney. I was like, so
It's literally like replaying the whole Ron Swanson at Home Depot.
Yeah, like I know more than you, right? I didn't. I said, I just want to know if I can have access to this or if you know how. I said, I didn't ask you what will happen in an injunction. I didn't ask you that. I don't need you to tell me because I've handled them.
Yeah.
In 7 different counties. I've done at least 45 to 75 of them. Okay? I know that you have never litigated one. Please stop. Please stop. I didn't say that, but I thought that. It was like insulting. He was like talking down to me.
Ooh, you don't like that.
He was fucking mansplaining to me.
Oh, no. You don't do that to Erin. You
so
don't.
What I did say to him, I was like, I'm an attorney, and I suppose it would be my disposition what I present to the judge. That is my job. So I would like an answer to my question of if you have access to that or if you know how I can get access to it. Because if you don't know, I will find another way.
Yeah.
But he mansplained to me like how to do my own job. And I literally at some point, one of the other ones was like, oh yeah, we know. And I'm like, I literally only do this area of law. I only practice divorce and custody, and injunctions come up as a result of that. I'm like, so while I respect what you're trying to tell me, please don't tell me how to do my job because I have not ever told you how to do yours, right? I don't tell you need to pat them down because I think they're suspicious or that you need to make sure they take their keys out of their bag. I don't care. You are the expert on security. I am not.
They're going to learn.
They gonna learn today.
That one frustrated me.
I can't even imagine how you kept your cool with that one.
I didn't. I was like, I'm an attorney. I was like, and I need to know if I have access to this. I didn't ask you for that. Don't ask me how to handle an injunction. Don't tell me.
So those are all the questions for today. We did kind of go a little bit longer with Thanksgiving, but hey, I mean, it's your show. We can do whatever that we want, right?
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Don't mansplain to me.
I'm not even going to attempt to. But I do have a video for you, and I want to see your reaction to this. All right? Let's put this up on the big screen for everyone to see. Put on the headphones and hear them.
Why is she doing this?
Oh, God. She's not right.
Is she drunk?
She fell, and now she is bleeding from her hand.
Why is she doing this? Where are the police?
Yeah, they're not going to be here soon. She's cut with her right hand and covered in blood now. You guys all right?
Yeah, check this on for
Good luck with that.
minutes of this
Sounds
remains.
like it's in.
What is she doing?
The audio because it's still going. But yeah.
With their accents, it sounds like they're in England.
So a woman was caught on video shattering hundreds of alcoholic bottles inside an Aldi supermarket the day before Thanksgiving, causing hundreds of thousands of dollars in damage. And this did happen in England, and the woman was arrested, and it's still unclear on her motive on why she was destroying the property inside the Aldi. Now,
That is alcohol abuse. For shame.
Fucking beautiful right there. But let me ask you, Joey, how much damage do you think she caused by doing all that? Like, what's your rough estimate?
It's Aldi.
Well, it's Aldi, but it's alcohol is taxed differently, and so I've never been to England, but they tax like as much as the U.S. for alcohol, right?
I'm sure.
So
Probably less. They're more open to alcohol, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, probably. That's
Right.
so. I would say. Would we have an exact number? Is that what we're
I
gonna
actually
guess
do
it?
have.
It's all the. That was a lot of balls. I would say though. Well, you said 100 over 100 pounds, 100,000 pounds. I wasn't gonna guess that high, but now that you said that, I will go 130.
Wow.
On the nose.
On the nose right there.
Nice.
There we go.
Lee Clark, the witness who recorded the video, spoke to the store's manager, who estimated that the woman caused about $130,000 in damages, including the destroyed bottles, lost revenue due to the shop's forced closure, and the cost of new flooring.
Flooring.
Yeah.
Dollars or pounds?
Dollars. I am seeing.
So that is translated.
So I said 130,000 pounds, so I was off.
Oh, okay. Well, the number.
I was up. So.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, no aquí. Está bien allá, sí.
No.
Well, está perfecto. I don't know why I talk Spanish to you and I was talking English to him.
It's fine. It's fine. I enough to get by.
So, what are your thoughts on those actions by that woman in that convenience or that in that store?
I want to know why. I have this burning desire to know why, right? Like I just want to know.
Yeah.
Like what would lead you to think that that was appropriate behavior? And my other assumption is that she's having a psychological moment, right?
Yeah.
That there's some psych component with it.
Or let's flip it.
What?
Let's say, since we're a family law firm, her husband is an alcoholic, did something really stupid, and she's like, no one else should have alcohol anymore, and just went to the Aldi because that's where he used to buy.
So she's
bottles.
the Grinch of happy hour.
Okay. So
Yeah.
she's now your client, right? For some reason we have a criminal client. It just happened.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
What's her best defense?
Insanity.
Insanity. I agree. That's how I was like, I want to go.
We'd argue that McNaughton rule, and
Right.
just get her insane.
Yeah. Say that she was, having a psychotic
to-
moment
mental
and
breakdown,
not-
what have you.
right, PTSD or something.
Mm-hmm.
Is there another practical reason why she would have done that?
It just breaks my heart that those will never be a mixed drink ever. I mean,
I
they're
know.
gone.
Well,
They'll never be in
with,
the sangria.
with the cocoa out there, though, it did disinfect the Aldis probably. So it disinfected the floors.
Disinfect the what?
The floors.
Aldi's.
Yeah, the Aldis.
That's Aldi.
That's Aldi.
What's the difference?
Where's the S?
Correctness.
Wait, is it? Oh,
Bring up the logo.
Isn't that Aldi's?
It's Aldi.
Aldi.
It's not plural.
I can't. I'm like maybe I could say I argue like I did a possessive, but I didn't.
Well, yeah, no,
Yeah, they don't own anything, right? Aldi's, unless you were like Aldi's alcohol.
Yeah.
And even a collective of the stores themselves, we have over 374,000 Aldi nationwide, Aldi
Yeah.
supermarkets nationwide.
That's like a pet peeve of his.
Yeah.
Singular. and
You know
plural.
what my pet peeve is?
Ah.
Chipotle. That one rubs me. You got one?
Brevard people. No, I'm joking.
No. Oh, she's not even here.
She's not here. I know. I just had to do it. Pet peeve of mine. Oof. I can't think of one. I feel like I have so many.
On.
Pet peeve. My pet peeve is something I do.
That you do. So the pet peeve is your own pet peeve.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can't stop shaking my leg usually or my pen. I'm always like flickering it or pushing it.
Mhm.
I hate when people do it, but I do it all the time, and I can't I can't control it. But like I'm just like stop. Especially like I don't know what it is. I just can't.
I do not like the sound.
You're
of
off.
people. Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, did the battery die?
Did the battery die or push the thing on top in? That's weird.
Can you hear me now?
I mean, we're about to be.
Sure.
Wait, did we down?
Can you
Oh,
hear
we
me?
down over here.
All coconuts. We'll have to share.
Yeah, we're sharing.
We'll share. So, a pet peeve of mine that I have is I don't like hearing people chew
Ooh.
or their like mouth sounds. Or like, oh, I know that like that ASMR thing
Mhm.
is popular. It makes my skin crawl. I'm like, "How can you live in this?" I don't like it. I also don't like little like beeping noises.
Okay.
Like the microwave, I feel unreasonably compelled to stop that beeping. Like it must come out.
Yeah.
The fridge, not the fridge, well, my fridge will beep if you leave it
The
open.
door?
Mine does too now. Mine does too.
What
And
about
it's,
the door? Like an alarm, like every time you open the door, it goes beep beep beep.
I
Does it do
don't
that?
no.
See, mine does, and I can't turn it off.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
it's weird. You just turned back on it.
I don't like it.
That is really weird. You just turned back on. I don't know what the hell just happened there.
So, what other like those little type of buzzing, annoying noises? They work for me. They will get me to take action.
What about like the ring? Like when you hear like a high frequency like ring out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
Yeah.
That one gets me bad.
I lost a certain percentage of my hearing because I worked at the airport for so many years without proper PPE, and for some odd reason I've lost certain frequencies, but I've accelerated or intensified others.
Right, your hearing compensated.
Yeah, and there's one sound that someone in this office makes, and they don't do it on purpose, but once in a while they will do it on purpose, and I want to punch the wall.
What noise is it?
It's the twisting of the cap on the dry erase markers. The pitch from that sound that it makes, yes, 100%. Fuck Brevard. It just sends shivers down my spine, and I tend to clench up because it just messes with my head.
You know another sound that really bothers me. I do not like the feeling or taste of metal in my mouth.
Fair.
I just got a cleaning and they like scrape it with metal, and the whole time I'm like,
Oh, they try to sell me
Don't ever
on
make that face again.
they try to sell me on like the metallic straws to save the earth.
I don't like.
Oh my god!
I got some. I ordered them on Amazon.
I can't.
And
I can't.
I also what's another one? I don't like sometimes a fork. The way like if I bite down on the fork, I can't. The scratching of like a plate with the fork and knife, I don't.
You saw me.
Those bother me. Those type of noises, I struggle with. Also, a phone ringing. That's why I had to turn off. Like, you know how at some point all of the phones ring, right? It's basically if our receptionist is on the phone, so that we could pick up a phone. It used to also ring to me, and I will pick it up because the sound of a phone ringing, I feel obligated to answer. I've done it at every single person's desk here. I know you see me.
Yes.
If the phone is ringing, I'm like, boop! I can't stop myself.
Yeah.
So I'm fortunate now that I have the kind of staff that like they do not want me to do that. No, just out of practicality, right? But there was a time when, you know, my staff wasn't as diligent with answering the phones, and I would pick up the phone all the time because I cannot stand the sound of a ringing phone.
Of course, I know that is no bueno.
I can't. I need to answer it. It must be answered.
No, one of the biggest pet peeves for me, besides the Aldi and the marker, is when someone says this line incorrectly, and it'll cause me to start a storm. Luke, I am your father.
What's the correct?
No, I am your father. That's the correct line. But everyone in this world has started to say, Luke, I am your father. Luke, I am your father.
Yeah.
He never says that in the movie.
Yeah.
That's just me being nerd. I'm sorry.
I hate the word, and it's hard for me to say because of all the R's. Irregardless.
Irregardless.
It negates itself.
Yeah, there are a lot of R's in there.
We have an attorney whose last name I can't pronounce, and
What was that?
Well, I'm not going to say his name on that. Everywhere. I mispronounce his name, and I can't say it.
I think anyways.
Warranch. It's like Wranch, and I can't say it right because, you know, I'm from Boston.
Yeah.
So I drop my R's. I try not to. I've worked to get myself out of that. But I really struggle to say his name, and I mispronounce it, and I always feel really bad because he's a good attorney, and God, I like him a lot.
Connor, I really like your jacket.
Yeah.
That is a really sick jacket.
Beat it, beat it.
But,
no one wants to beat it.
But as we're signing off, Joey, any closing thoughts before we closing arguments? Go ahead.
Closing arguments. Well, I just want to say this was very fun as always. It's been crazy last couple weeks, and as the holiday season just comes closer, I don't know when I'll be on. If I'll be on again before Christmas, but just a Merry Christmas to all of you out there.
Aww.
And we love Brevard people, by the way. It's an inside joke. So if you are a Brevard person that is looking to hire an attorney, we'll love you. So there you go.
No, we do like practicing in Brevard. We like the judges there.
Yeah.
Erin, your closing arguments.
Well, I had a 2.5 day trial and then a variety of other hearings. If everybody could go lobby to make sure that we continue to have court online, I'd appreciate it because I can be much more available to more clients. It really improves the access to justice. Maybe we'll dive into that issue next week.
Definitely. As always, thank you so much for listening. If you would like to set up a consultation with Attorney Morse, give us a call at 407-900-7451 or check out the website, morse-firm.com. There have been some new changes to that website. It's now up to date with everything and everyone's pictures. But like I said, how we say all the time, let us help you find your new normal. Give us a call, 407-900-7451.
Before we're done, any words, Connor? You got
Nope.
anything to say?
Nope.
No?
Mm.
What was the most fun thing that happened today?
I did PE.
PE?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So
What? You can talk.
Oh, I was gonna say something about Noah mentioning Roblox.
well, today my friend Noah made a Roblox game. We both played it together, and it was very fun until he had to go.
Aww.
Oh, ask him the name of his gang.
What's the name of your gang?
I didn't make it up, but everyone agreed with it. It was called Dragon Lords.
Oh, that's a good
That's
one.
him and his friends.
That's a real good one. But no, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next week.